Imagine two people. One wakes up every morning to the sound of birds, fresh air, and complete silence. No traffic, no noise, no rush. The other wakes up to the sound of the city, busy streets, coffee shops opening, people moving, energy everywhere.
Which one sounds better to you? Hold that thought, because today we're going to talk about exactly that: city life versus country life. And by the end of this episode, you'll have all the vocabulary you need to talk about it in English.
Welcome back to FluentRoom. I'm John.
And I'm Lily. This is a topic where John and I genuinely disagree, so this should be fun.
Very fun, let's go.
Okay, let's start with the city. John, you're a city person. Sell it to me.
Gladly. The number one thing about city life is convenience. Convenience means how easy it is to get what you need, quickly and without much effort. In a city, everything is close. Shops, restaurants, hospitals, schools, public transport. It's all right there.
That's true. You don't need a car in most cities because the public transport is good. Public transport means buses, trains, trams, and the underground. All the shared transport systems that everyone can use.
And cities are full of opportunities. Opportunities are chances to do something good, like get a better job, meet new people, or try new things. Most big companies, universities, and cultural events are in cities.
I'll give you that. But what about the cost of living? Cost of living means how much money you need to pay for everyday things like rent, food, and transport in a particular place. Cities are expensive.
Very expensive. Rent is the money you pay every month to live in a place that belongs to someone else. Rent in big cities can be incredibly high. Sometimes people pay more than half their salary just on rent.
And then there's traffic. Traffic means all the cars, buses, and vehicles on the road. City traffic can be a nightmare. Long commutes. A commute is the journey you make every day between your home and your work or school. Commutes in big cities can take an hour or more each way.
That is true. I once spent 90 minutes on the underground just to go 12 kilometers.
90 minutes.
90 minutes. Standing up, next to a stranger eating a very smelly sandwich.
That does not sound like convenience.
It was a bad day, but most days, I love it.
Okay, my turn. The countryside. And I want to start with something that people in cities talk about all the time but rarely have.
What's that?
Peace and quiet. Peace and quiet means a situation where there is no noise or disturbance. It's calm. It's still. It's relaxing. In the countryside, you can actually hear yourself think.
I'll admit, that sounds nice sometimes.
And the surroundings are beautiful. Surroundings means the environment and everything around you. The things you can see and hear from where you are. Fields, forests, rivers, mountains. Nature everywhere.
The air quality is also much better in the country. Air quality means how clean and healthy the air is. Cities often have pollution. Pollution means harmful substances in the environment, like dirty air from cars and factories, which can affect your health over time.
Exactly. And the pace of life is slower. Pace of life means the speed at which people live and work day to day. In the country, things move more slowly. And for many people, that's a huge relief.
But Lily, what about the downsides? Because there are real ones.
Of course, the biggest one: isolation. Isolation means being far away from other people and from services. If you live in a small village, the nearest supermarket might be 30 minutes away by car. The nearest hospital, even further.
And job opportunities are much more limited in the countryside. Most professional jobs in finance, technology, media, law are concentrated in cities. If you live in the country and work in a city, you have a very long commute.
Or you work remotely. To work remotely means to do your job from home or any location, using a computer and the internet instead of going to an office. Since the pandemic, this has become much more common and has changed the city versus country debate completely.
That's actually a really good point. More and more people are choosing to leave the city and live in the country because they can work remotely.
The best of both worlds. The best of both worlds is an expression meaning you get the advantages of two different things at the same time, without the disadvantages of either.
Let's talk about what people look for when they choose where to live, because it really depends on your priorities. Priorities are the things that are most important to you, the things you put first.
For young people, especially in their 20s, cities are usually more appealing. Appealing means attractive and interesting. The social life, the career opportunities, the energy.
But as people get older, start families, meaning have children, their priorities often shift. Suddenly, things like space, safety, good schools, and fresh air become more important.
There's actually a very common life pattern. Grow up in the country, move to the city in your 20s for work and social life, then move back to the country or the suburbs when you have children.
And suburbs? The suburbs are the residential areas around the edge of a city. Not fully urban, not fully rural, somewhere in between. A lot of families end up there.
The word urban means relating to a city or town. Urban is the formal word for city-related, and rural means relating to the countryside. Rural is the formal word for country-related. You'll see both a lot in English.
Urban development, rural community, urban transport, rural landscape. Very useful adjectives for writing and formal speaking.
One more important thing, community. Community means a group of people who live in the same area and share a sense of belonging together. Many people say that in small towns and villages, the sense of community is much stronger. People know their neighbors, help each other, and feel connected.
In cities, you can live in the same building as someone for 5 years and never learn their name.
I have absolutely done that.
Same. Now, let's make sure you can actually talk about this topic in English, because at B1 and B2 level, giving opinions clearly and naturally is a key skill.
Here are some really useful phrases. To give your opinion, personally, I think, slash, in my opinion, slash, I'd say that, slash, from my point of view.
To compare two things, compared to the city, the countryside is slash, one advantage of city life is, whereas in the country, slash, on the one hand, on the other hand.
To agree with someone, that's a good point. Slash, I completely agree. Slash, you're right about that.
To disagree politely, I see what you mean, but that's true, however. I'm not sure I agree. I think
These phrases work for this topic, but also for any discussion or debate in English. Learn them once, use them everywhere.
And one final thought before we go to the vocab roundup. There's no right answer to city versus country. It depends entirely on who you are, what stage of life you're in, and what you value most.
Which is actually what makes it such a great conversation topic. Everyone has an opinion, and now you have the words to share yours.
Before we say goodbye, the FluentRoom vocab roundup. The most important words from today. One more time. Let's make them yours.
Convenience. How easy it is to get what you need, quickly, and without much effort. One of the biggest advantages of city life is the convenience. Everything is close.
Public transport, buses, trains, trams, and underground systems that everyone can use. Good public transport means you don't need a car to live comfortably in the city.
Opportunities. Chances to do something positive, like get a better job or try new things. Cities offer far more professional opportunities than small rural towns.
Cost of living, how much money you need for everyday things like rent, food, and transport. The cost of living in the capital is almost double what it is in smaller cities.
Commute, the journey you make every day between your home and your work or school. A 2-hour commute every day leaves very little time for anything else.
Peace and quiet, a situation with no noise or disturbance. Calm and still. After years in the city, all she wanted was a little peace and quiet.
Surroundings, the environment, and everything around you that you can see and experience. The surroundings in the countryside are beautiful, green fields everywhere you look.
Pollution, harmful substances in the environment, like dirty air from cars and factories. Air pollution in big cities is a serious health issue for long-term residents.
Pace of life, the speed at which people live and work day to day. The slower pace of life in the countryside is exactly what he needed after years of stress.
Isolation, being far from other people and from essential services. The isolation of village life can feel lonely, especially in winter when the roads are difficult.
Work remotely, to do your job from home or any location using a computer, instead of going to an office. Since she started working remotely, she moved out of the city and hasn't looked back.
Priorities, the things that are most important to you, the things you put first. Your priorities change as you get older. Space and safety matter more than nightlife.
Urban, the formal adjective meaning relating to a city or town. Urban areas tend to have better healthcare and education facilities.
Rural, the formal adjective meaning relating to the countryside. Rural communities often have a stronger sense of belonging than big cities.
And the last one, community, a group of people who live in the same area and share a sense of belonging. In small towns, the sense of community is one of the things people love most.
15 words, practical, useful, and ready to use in a real conversation.
Your challenge this week, write in the comments. Are you a city person or a country person? Tell us where you live now and where you'd love to live. Use at least 3 words from today's episode.
We read every single comment. Thank you so much for being here with us at FluentRoom.
See you in the next episode. Bye, everyone.
Bye.